Hello everyone, this is Maria from Business Analysis Easy to Use. Today we discuss about requirement elicitation interview. There is always more than one type of information to be identified, and different stakeholders prefer different approach. One user may clearly articulate how they use the system, while another will have to observe and work to gain this understanding of the usage scenario. Requirement elicitation methods are divided into collective, where stakeholders are involved, and independent, where you work on your own to elicit information. Collective methods focus on identifying user and the business requirement. Independent methods supplement the requirement provided by users and identify functionality that end users may not be aware of. Most products use a combination of the collective and independent requirement elicitation methods. Requirement elicitation practices include interviews, workshops, focus groups, user observation, questionnaires, analysis of the system interface, user interface analysis, document analysis. Interview is a collective method used to gather information about the needs, problem, and objectives of the project stakeholder and the progress of the process in the organization. Interviews may be open-ended or structured. In open-ended interviews, there is no preset agenda. Context-free questions may be asked to understand the problem. In structured interview, agenda of a fairly open question is prepared. Sometimes a proper questionnaire is designed for the interview. Interview can be divided into three phases: preparing for the interview, conducting the interview, and analyzing and documenting the result. Preparing for the interview. The following steps should be followed at this stage. Define the purpose of the conversation. What information you need to achieve the project objectives. Select stakeholder. Who is the stakeholder in the project? Who is an expert in the field? Who can influence decision-making? What number of respondents is sufficient to obtain representative data? Plan the conversation. What question will you ask? In what order and format? How to record the answers? What is the timing of the conversation? Prepare interview material, pen, paper, electronic devices. Agree on a time and the place for the interview. When and where can you meet the respondent? What is their preferred format? Face-to-face, telephone, online? How will you notify the respondent of the data and purpose of the conversation? Conducting the interview. Build a report. At the beginning of the interview, introduce yourself if participants do not already know you. Outline the interview. Remind participants of the purpose of the activity and answer any preliminary questions. Ask open-ended questions that require a detailed response and do not imply yes or no answer. For example, are you satisfied with the product? What do you dislike about the product? Ask questions according to your list and prepare materials. Be aware of the boundaries of the product. Listen attentively and actively to the respondent. Use techniques that demonstrate active listening. Lean forward, smiling, giving verbal feedback, paraphrasing the narrator. Ask clarifying questions when necessary. End the conversation with the thank you and feedback. Thank the respondent for their time and valuable information. Inform them of the next step in the process and how to contact you. Ask the respondent to evaluate the interview and make suggestions for the improvement. Analyzing and documenting the result. After the interview has been conducted, the data obtained should be analyzed and documented. To do this, follow the step below. Re-listen to or reread the recording. Identify key factors, opinions, problem, needs, goals of the respondent. Compare the answer of different respondents and identify similarities and differences. Structure and categorize the data. Data should be sorted by topics, categories, priorities. Use different methods of the data visualization. It can be tables, diagrams, charts, and maps. Formulate conclusions and recommendations. Identify the key findings of the interview and their relevance to the current project and the process. Formulate problem-solving options and recommendations for product or process improvement based on the needs and goals of the respondent. Prepare a report on the result. Describe the purpose, methodology, participants, and flow of the conversation. Provide examples of the respondent's answer for each topic or question. Provide analysis and conclusion from the result. Add appendices with the recording or a transcript. Send your documented talking points to the stakeholder for review. At this stage, it's important that you and the stakeholder are talking about the same thing. Mistake in stakeholder interview. Focus on the problem, not the solution. Don't ask a question about the future. What solution would you like? Which of your product services would you like to use to solve the problem? The stakeholder described to your current situation as is situation. Your job as analyst to identify the problem. The solution is the next stage where system analysts and developers work. What questions to ask stakeholders at the interview? As we have already specified, questions to stakeholders should be related to the problem. Who faces the problem? Identify stakeholder. How often does the problem occur? Have similar problem occurred before? How is the problem being dealt with now? What is the most time-consuming part of the solving the problem? Tips. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Look at example of the similar interview. Try to combine requirement and elicitation method. Different methods provide the opportunity to investigate requirement in different way and may even identify different requirements. That's all I wanted to say about today. Thank you for watching.